Well, of course, I don't know about you, but it seems, if anything, that we've found the real reason that they've wanted to put so many places to 20 miles an hour. And it has nothing to do, if this is true, it has nothing to do with the net zero claims that they're making. No, or any climate emergency or any crap like that, in my opinion. But this, if anything, has got all to do with this. Because did you hear about the spending tickets on those 20-mile-an-hour roads last year? Apparently, nearly 500,000 drivers got caught, and some people are saying the authorities are just out to make a quick buck, because let's face it, they seem to be, don't they? Because it is turning into a bit of a cash cow, surely. In 2024, police across the UK handed out a whopping 488,599 tickets, which of course is a massive jump from the year before. Apparently, a third of British roads are now 20 miles an hour, which is around about 39,000 miles, which obviously is a massive difference than the 30 miles an hour speed limit, which was pretty standard, what, I don't know, 5, 10 years ago. What's next? I mean, could we one day be in a situation when they'll reduce the speed of 20 miles an hour even further to 15 miles an hour, or even worse, 10? And then, can you just imagine the speeding tickets from that, eh? And it looks like more places are going to be following suit soon as well, unfortunately. Last year, apparently, 2 million drivers took speeding awareness courses, the most apparently in a decade. And if you get caught speeding, remember, you're looking at least £100 fine and 3 penalty points. Yes, obviously, admittedly, you can instead get in those points opt for a 3-hour speed awareness course for up to 120 quid. Which obviously is roughly the same as a fine, but you don't get the points, do you? And it is estimated apparently that 19.1 million people here live in areas with a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. Wales has gone all in, as I'm sure we all know, with all 22 councils adopting the lowest speed limit since 2023, and over 90% of urban roads there are now 20 miles an hour. And I don't know about you, but I feel really sorry for the people driving there. Meanwhile, in the West Midlands, less than 10% of roads have the lower limit. In total, 120 local authorities have embraced or caved in, shall we say, to the 20-mile-an-hour cap. And in 69 of them, apparently more than half of urban roads are set at this speed. The Transport for London, though, they have been a bit busy too, shall we say, adding over 164 miles of 20-mile-an-hour limits since 2018, with 21 out of 33 boroughs now having it as the default speed, which, yes, this is on the rise, isn't it? Although, let's face it, in London, most people do take the tube, but we shouldn't have to, and we certainly shouldn't have to worry about going so slow that even perhaps a bike could overtake you, eh? But the thing is, though, as well, this whole 20-mile-an-hour speed limit has cost London over £6,040,474. Try saying that when you're drunk. Covering everything from staff costs to banners and construction. And most of the 20-mile-an-hour speed limits fines come from the Metropolitan Police in London, which makes me think, could they be trying to claw back a bit of that money? Who knows how long that will be even more profitable for them? Because let's face it, I'm guessing, admittedly I could be wrong, but I'm guessing that people who did break the speed limit might not have been going that much over 20 miles an hour. I'm sure, let's face it, they weren't going 30, in which case, if those roads did remain at 30, they wouldn't got a ticket at all, would they, eh? But Wales wasn't far behind this. Brian Gregory from the Alliance of British Drivers reckons the push for more 20-mile-an-hour limits is more about money than safety. He thinks that we need to get back in the mix of education, engineering and enforcement, and not just slap 20-mile-an-hour limits everywhere without proper road engineering. And that's the point, isn't it? I said environmental earlier, yes, because that's what they seem to say. But if anything, driving at a lower speed means you're in a lower gear. If you're in a petrol or diesel car, obviously EV doesn't have gears, but if you're in a petrol or diesel car, you are in a lower gear and therefore surely using more power and putting more harmful fumes, as I'm sure they'll say it, into the atmosphere, eh? So it's not environmental at all, but I'm sure they would say it is for safety. Most of our roads are thankfully still 30, making up 67.7% of urban speed limits. Roadwise, a campaign group, points out that pedestrians have a 20% chance of being killed if hit by a car at 30 miles an hour compared to just 2.5% at 20 miles an hour. Or, it could be nothing at 30 miles an hour if they actually stopped at the pavement and looked both ways, eh? But Rod King, who apparently started 20's plenty for us, who I'm guessing probably doesn't drive himself, though admittedly I could be wrong, but he says the rise on tickets is partly due to better back office systems, and he believes that when 20 mile an hour limit zones are part of a bigger strategy, people understand them. But when they're just dropped in randomly, it feels like a traffic engineer's whim. But the thing is, take Pete Dix, for example. He was on his way to pick up his family from an airport when he got caught by a speed camera in Wales, and he was only going a smidge over 35 miles an hour, thinking it was the limit. But of course, it was one of those many 20-mile limit zones, and he tried to contest the fine and points, saying common sense should apply, especially around schools and hospitals, but blanket limits are just pointless. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that speeding is fine, it's not. He admittedly should have been looking for any speed limit signs, but I'm guessing his point, and the point that I'm also trying to make, is that the standard speed limit, in my opinion, should always have remained 30, with only 20 miles an hour outside schools and hospitals. Anyway, what do you reckon about this? Let me know down in the comments.